Alright, what is up everybody? This is Fallout What If here, and today we're going to be talking about what if Deku was not Deku, it was Naruto. It's Naruto. What if Naruto was Naruto was adopted by Kakashi? And for some of the people who said they wanted, I think, Baki, another episode of Baki. I will do that probably next time. But right now, I'm probably going to do this. And then also another one, probably, what if Issei was the shield hero? What if Issei was the shield hero? So yeah. Now let us begin. So Naruto has been, what's it called, with Kakashi and Anko. And he knows that Anko's probably is good with kids, and they're going out. And what's it called? This is let's see, probably when Naruto was 1. So now we just go to like 3 years later, where Naruto is freaking protecting Hinata. We'll just get that out there. And Kurama sees what he's doing, protecting people, and he's still remembering what he did. And it's kind of hard for him to just like look at himself or think about like what happened. He sometimes thinks, or how do I say this? He thinks of that day or that night being one of the most shameful nights that he's ever had. And if you think about it, if you didn't actually know what you were doing, but in the end you killed like somebody's parents, you would feel like that. You'll feel like that. You'll feel like this overwhelming like pressure and like guilt and sadness. And anyway, I'm actually using a box, like a shoe box, to make sure that there's not a lot of sound coming in. So yeah. Anyway, Naruto. I really need to do some other ones. Naruto protected Hinata, and Hiyashi and Kakashi actually arrived there. How do I say this? Hiyashi takes Hinata, and he says thank you to Kakashi and Naruto. How do I say this? Oh, so he thanks him, and it's because most likely than not he's been his father is Kakashi, and Kakashi says thank you, and Naruto says thank you as well, because he doesn't see him as the nine-tailed fox as much. He knows he's the nine-tailed fox, but he also knows that Kakashi's been taking care of him, and so has another person, and he thinks it's what's her name again? I think her name is Anko or something like that. So yeah, he thinks like that. So he doesn't think of him as a monster. And yeah, that's pretty much it right there. But besides all that, Hinata sees him and says that she wants to see him again soon. And Hiyashi's all like, alright, I think he has earned that right. He did save you after all. Maybe I will schedule play dates soon. And Hinata is like kind of happy about this, and Naruto doesn't know what's happening, but Kakashi's saying, "Oh, looks like you made a new friend." And how do I say this? Naruto says new friend, and he's saying, "What's a friend?" And Kakashi explains to him like what friends are and what love is, because he still reads those Make Out Paradise books, whatever you want to call them, and he's all like, yes, Naruto, follow the path of Make Out Paradise. You know, it's oh man, Kakashi's a pervert. But anyway, so that happens, and during the 4 years, or yeah, wait, is it 4 years or 12? When I think he's 12 years. When the anime starts, so let's call it 8 years later, because they're 4. Remember, over the time, Hinata's what's called taijutsu has gotten much more better. I'm not saying it's like Neji's, but she trains still. And Hinata also becomes much more, like, how do I say it? She's still like shy, but like talking to Naruto is like much more easier. How do I say this? She's kind of like when she admitted her like feelings for Naruto in what's called during the pain arc. That's how it is. So basically, yeah, pretty much that's how bold she is. She even told Naruto once that she liked him, like, to be her boyfriend, but he didn't know what boyfriend meant. So yeah, she was kind of relieved, but at the same time nervous. And Kakashi had to explain to him again what all this stuff means. But eventually he gets the gist of it. But now, let's say that they're dating. Which I know, all the love arc and all the freaking, how do I say this, hijinks, or all the good stuff happens. So Naruto becomes Hinata's boyfriend, and Hinata becomes his girlfriend. Anyway, so I think it's during the time in like where how you say it, they do the last test, and it's making clones, and what was it called? Well, I think they're hallucination clones, where they can make one, but they're like, but if you touch them, they'll like disappear. So Naruto becomes much more like better with like how do I say this? He becomes better with electricity or lightning. He's much more better with fire and earth, and also with his wind. Not only that, he's learned how to do shadow clones to the point where he could probably make around like 100 of them. And also, he's gonna... No, I'll say that for a couple of minutes. So yeah, he passed. Hinata passed, all of them passed, except for one that didn't pass. So he's gonna be the one who gets the scroll. And Kakashi and Naruto Kakashi and Naruto were walking home, and he says that he passed. And I think nighttime, Kakashi is informed about this, and freaking what was his name? Yeah, Naruto hears all this, like hears the commotion, which he tells Anko that I have to go. The Hokage called. They said that there's this kid who took the scroll, and they don't know why he took the scroll, but I'm gonna go and head out. And Naruto hears this, and he's like, my first mission has come. And he just like gets out of the window, and he runs And he knows who this kid is because, let's just say Kakashi, like, said the name. His name is Shin. Let's see. Kakashi goes, and Naruto, goes somewhere else, and he knows where this kid might probably be. So he searches all the, like, normal hiding spots until he comes across the freaking forest. And let's say that Naruto finds him, and he tells him what's called, "Hey kid, why'd you take the scroll?" And the kid says, "Well, I thought I passed the test, didn't I?" And Naruto says, "What do you mean? What test?" And he explains the whole test, how Mizuki told him about the test and to steal the scroll if he wants to pass. And Naruto puts 2 and 2 together because he's not a complete idiot. But he knows what's called now why he did it. And Naruto says, well, he doesn't know where you probably are at, right? And he's looking at the scroll, and he's like looking through it and seeing like some that he wants. And since he's already know the shadow clone, he finds something else. And that move is going to be called the Flying Rajin, which he's saying isn't this what Lord Hokage? No, wait, isn't this what the 4th Hokage used? And he's what's called like using it, or not using it. He's reading up on it, and he's also looking at this other one that the 4th Hokage used. And it reads the Rasengan, and he reads all about that. And this is like 5 minutes later, Mizuki comes, and Naruto is actually surprised because he didn't sense him, even though he knows a bit of censoring, but he doesn't like get scared, but he was unaware about that. So, what else? Okay, hold on. Right there. So, Naruto does say, "Mizuki, why would you try to betray the hidden leaf?" And Mizuki says, I have no idea what you're talking about, Naruto. And he says, this kid told me about you taking the scroll and using it for yourself. This kid told me that you told him that if he wanted to pass, he was going to have to take the scroll of sealing, or I think it was a scroll of sealing. I don't really remember the scroll. And Mizuki says, well, he's trying to like find out a lie, but he just gives up and says, "Look, kid, I'm going to tell you this once. Give me the scroll. You don't die, and I'll let you in on a little secret." And Iruka's not there right now. Iruka's gonna be there in probably another 5 minutes. So, no, Mizuki wouldn't keep that secret. He would just say it out loud. Nah, okay, never mind. He tells him that he's the Ninetales, and he explains that he was the one who killed all the people, that he's the Ninetales, and what happened I think 8 years ago, or I don't know, during the time he was born. Well, he tells him a long time ago about what happened and why the Ninetales what the Ninetales did and all. And he says that the Ninetales is inside him. And Naruto's thinking to himself, the Ninetales is inside me, and I'm a demon fox. He's thinking to himself, like, is this why everybody looked at me much more differently? Is this what my dad wanted to tell me? Is this why he keeps like telling me that this was because I was sick. And what I meant by this, I meant like his stomach, because it has like a ceiling on it. And Naruto knows what the ceiling is because he's seen it before in his stomach. And also Kakashi had to explain like, oh, you were sick when you were a baby, and we decided to like put something on you so you wouldn't get more sick. And Naruto was just like, oh, okay. And he's like, thank you, Dad. And anyway, back to the future, or back to the present. Naruto does look a little bit in shock and kind of sad, because now he knows why people were like, like they treated him a little bit more differently, but they didn't treat him with disgust as much. Well, some of them did. Don't get me wrong. Some of them did treat him with disgust, but some were like, oh, that's you know who, but it's not like he's doing anything, so it doesn't matter. And Naruto kind of feels sad, but he says it doesn't matter. What matters right now is that you can't get the scroll. And Naruto gets the scroll, takes 10 shadow clones and tells what's called all of them to run away, and he summons like another 4, and what's called 2 are protecting the kid and 2 are with Naruto, and these 2 are gonna fight. Which Mizuki throws, let's say, how do I say? He tries to shoot, not shoot. He throws, man, I forgot what that was called. Like that big shuriken. It's not the demon windmill shuriken. It's like the regular big shuriken. He throws it at Naruto, and Naruto dodges it. And Mizuki goes in for the hit. He doesn't go in for the kill because he needs to like try to get his like weapon. Or no, let's say he tries to go in for the kill. Naruto dodges and he throws some shurikens at him. And Mizuki isn't paying attention to the other 2. So one of them jumps to his leg and throws him into the ground. But he's not very strong, so he just throws him to the point where Mizuki is just like, is just thrown to the ground, but in like, let's just say like a super small crater was kind of made, because he's still like a big dude, or he's an adult. So anyway, he does that, and Naruto is getting ready to use a lightning stream, and Naruto thinking about the Rasengan, and he's doing that and showing his he's putting in wind chakra, and he's putting a little bit more wind chakra and more, and he's unnoticeably like he's not thinking about the Rasengan, but he's thinking about the Rasengan, but he's thinking more of like the freaking way it is, or how do I explain this? He's thinking about the Rasengan, but he's also using like lightning stream, so he's using wind chakra and lightning chakra, and they're swirling together more like a tornado, and it becomes this little tiny ball, which Naruto looks, and he doesn't know like what it is, and he's thinking, is this a Rasengan? And he's thinking like, no, this can't be a Rasengan. It says that Rasengan's much more bigger, much more like, it's like a ball. This is just a marble. And Mizuki is right there, and Naruto is like saying that dang it, I know he says that if he doesn't back away or surrender, he's gonna shoot this thing at him. Like, he doesn't know like what it can actually do, but he's like trying to say, I will, what's called, hurt you with this. And Naruto's like he's bluffing, but Mizuki doesn't like fall for it at all. He says, whatever, kid. And he runs, and Naruto, what's called, unintentionally just shoots it. And Mizuki does flinch for a minute and sees like the ball like coming towards him, but then it vanishes. You guys know where I'm going with this. And Naruto is like, what? It took a little bit more chakra out of me. I thought this thing would probably be much more, at least, powerful, or at least hit him. If anything, I wish to at least hit him. Hold on, I wish that this attack at this little Rasengan just at least hit him. Whatever. He just wished it hit him. Alright? Fair enough. And Mizuki's laughing. And he's like, is that the best you can do? Right at that moment, you see what's called a big push, or like a big hole, or I don't know how to say it, but it's like a pothole or whatever. It's like the Rasengan hit Mizuki, and he feels this pain, and he's coughing up blood. And Naruto's like, what just happened? And it's all like, is it a Rasengan, or what just happened? I used lightning as well. And he doesn't think too much about it right now, but he says, alright, I'm gonna take you down. And he starts charging at him like an idiot, because he's still the same Naruto in such ways. But Naruto is using like what's called one of his shadow clones, and Mizuki throws the kunai at the freaking shadow clone, and it hits him. And Mizuki charges like running towards Naruto, well, the real one. And Naruto's trying to defend himself, but Mizuki just runs at him and sucker punches him in the freaking stomach. And it's like hits him. And Mizuki says, you see, you brat, you nine-tails brat, how does it feel to what's called, so how does karma feel? And right at that moment, Kakashi is right behind him. And he grabs him and summons a Chidori, and he cuts his arm off. And all you see is Kakashi with a two-tomo Sharingan, which I understand. Why does he have a two-tomo one? I thought he had a one-tomo one, which I think he does. I think in the anime he does have a one-tomo in the beginning, but then it grows. It grows when Kakashi gets stronger. But I know in season 1, I think he only got like up to level 2. So let's say that he got the two-tomo Sharingan. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So he cuts Mitsuki's arm with Chidori, and he knocks him out. So he's right there bleeding, and Kakashi's like sending a smoke signal with using like, I don't know. He sends a smoke signal, and he says, Naruto, are you alright? And Naruto's like, and Kakashi sees his back, and he sees what's called one of the the big shurikens on him, like it stabbed him in the back while he fell on the floor. So yeah, Naruto is in his mindscape, but what's happening is Kakashi is scared and terrified. of the fact that his son, his sensei's son, the one thing that he has left of his master, he thinks that he's gonna lose it, just like he lost Minato. And in Naruto's mindscape, he sees the Nine Tails, but the Nine Tails isn't menacing at all. He's actually much more calmer, because over the years he kind of like just calmed down a lot, and he meditated for a while, and says, Naruto, hold on, Naruto Uzumaki, son of the fourth Hokage. And Naruto sees this and he's kind of scared. And he says, who are you? And Kurama just says, I am Kurama. Hold on. Kurama. The Nine Tails. And I hope you guys can hear what I'm saying. And if not, all I just said is, all he says that he's that Naruto's the son of the fourth Hokage, and he also says that he's the Nine Tails. So for any of you guys that didn't hear me correctly, anyway, Naruto says, so am I you, or are you me, or what's going on here? Kurama chuckles and says, Naruto, you are the son of the fourth. Naruto, you are the son of the fourth Hokage. You are the son of Kushina Uzumaki. And Naruto hears this again and says, wait a minute. I'm the son of the fourth Hokage, and my mother's name is Kushina Uzumaki? And he thinks to himself, well, hold on. I'm an Uzumaki. I'm not even the fourth Hokage's son. My dad is named Kakashi Hayate. And Kurama says, you were adopted. Oh, sheesh, what's happening here? Okay, hold on. Okay, good enough. Anyway, you were adopted. It was I who killed your mother and your father. And Naruto is shocked and kind of getting angry, and he's also sad. He's pretty much having mixed emotions on the fact that if what he's saying true, if what he is saying is true, then his father isn't his father. And that means that he's kind of sad of the fact that his mom and his actual dad died. And he's also sad of the fact that that Kakashi never told him. Not even Anko. But he doesn't know if Anko knows, but he has a feeling that she does know as well. And he's sad and all that, but he also knows that if it wasn't for him, he probably might have just been an orphan. He probably wouldn't have even met Hinata. Everything that could have happened probably would cease to exist. But he's also thinking, but then again, people wouldn't probably have treated me badly and treated me like the Hokage's son. But then he thinks to himself, it doesn't matter. His father and his mother are Anko and Kakashi Hayate, and he is Naruto Hayate, and he's thinking to himself, Naruto Uzumaki. So he's now going by Naruto Uzumaki Hayate, and Kurama says, I did not mean to do all that. This was somebody else who turned me into the way I was. And Naruto is thinking to himself, wait, what do you mean turn you to the way you were? And Kurama explains that the whole time, he was in his actual mother's stomach. Somebody did something to the masked man did something to freaking Naruto's parents, and the Nine Tails got out of him. Not only that, he made the Nine Tails become the way he was, and he wanted to apologize for this, for what happened. But then Naruto says, I understand. I shouldn't get mad at you if you didn't actually do it yourself. I mean, somebody else did it. Why would I get mad at you for their mistakes? Or for them doing something wrong? And Kurama feels this pain kind of go away, but he still feels like it's still his fault. And he just says, if you ever need my power, just ask me and I'll give it to you. And Naruto says, okay, what was your name again? And he says, my name is Kurama, the Nine-Tailed Fox. And that's when Deku goes back into his mindscape, or out of his mindscape and into the real world. And he sees Kakashi hold him with tears in his eyes. And he says, Dad, what are you doing? And Kakashi looks at Naruto and he says, wait, you're alive? And Naruto says, yes, I'm alive, and I feel something hurting my back. And he feels, and he takes it out, just like, and some blood's coming out, and he's like, Naruto, you idiot, put that back in. Kakashi sometimes doesn't know what he's talking about. So he's all like, what do you mean put that back in? That's going to kill me even more. And he's all like, well, you have to try to find something to, how do I say it? You have to try to find something to stop the bleeding. And he's all like, the bleed? Wait a minute, this thing was stuck around my back? And he says, you idiot, why aren't you thinking like this? And Naruto's like, I'm the idiot, you're the idiot for even trying to do this to me. And Kakashi, Naruto just makes a clone, and the clone just holds him tightly, and he's all like, there, he's gonna hold me for quite a while. And Kakashi talks to him and says, why did you come here? You could have been you could have actually died. And Naruto's all like, yes, I know, I'm sorry, but in the end, the Hokage got the scroll, right? And he says, wait, what? Wait, the Hokage got the scroll? What do you mean? And he explains the whole situation. And Kakashi's all like, oh, okay, so, yeah. And Naruto's saying, so what are we gonna do with Mizuki? And Kakashi's all like, well, he can't perform any hand signs, as far as we know, with one hand. So they're just gonna fix his arm up, send him to jail, and your mother's going to deal with him. And they both remember the times they get scolded by freaking Anko. And since she still does her job as a torturer, which she's gonna take some time off because she has a kid. And I think I already said the kid's name. If not, his name is Yanagi. Yanagi Hayate. So, yeah, we're ending this part off here. I know it took a little bit longer than others, but I thought this part was pretty good. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and see ya.